G'day and welcome to Goldson's Gold Making Weekly Recap, Dragonflight Episode 6. Thank you for your consistent support in following my journey towards 100 million gold. In the past week I have earned 268,533 gold. My total gold earned so far is 3,327,029 gold. I have recorded 68 hours played in game, which makes my current gold per hour average 49k. I crafted and sold more Dracothus and Azure Weave bolts and a few Chronocloth reagent bags. I survived the pre-patch but mostly spent my time in game fixing my user interface. I created 4 new videos for the channel. If you would like to check them out, go for it. I crafted a bunch of Chronocloth bolt and Vibrant Wildercloth bolt for later usage. All in all, I had a pretty full-on week as usual. Stay tuned for a more in-depth review on how I tracked my gold and how I spent my time in the game after the intro. G'day true seekers and confused admirers. Welcome to the Goldson TV channel, a place where we look into the art of accumulating wealth and prosperity over time. My name's Goldson and my mission is to show you a different mindset regarding wealth creation. Things such as how to seek meaningful challenges, how to set goals and achieve them, how to navigate through all the noise, how to become financially free and to remain calm. Last but not least, the power of being focused and consistent. I have set myself a goal to obtain 100 million gold within the retail version of World of Warcraft. Join me on my journey where I can impart some of the knowledge and important life lessons that has made me the person who I am today. Just remember, the only limitation is your imagination and willingness to persevere through the hard times. Alright, the weekly goals review. I just want to go through the one in yellow are the ones I'm doing until the end of the expansion. So we went and crafted Dracothus on Tuesday and Wednesday, and on more bolts, and I sold them all. I survived the pre-patch migration process. Yeah, I try and sell more Chronocloth bolt reagent bags. I sold a few, I didn't sell all of them. I set up my new UI on both accounts. I did that, took a bit of time. Okay, what I wanted to do here, continue to gather materials on live beta servers. I think I did one day and then the rest of the time the live beta service was down, so I couldn't really do what I wanted to do there. So, but I ended up focusing my time on something else. Figure out how to obtain all weekly profession knowledge. I was working on that, but like I said, not enough. The servers went up, so I couldn't really do it. Obtain common or rare profession tools on alts. I did manage to get most of the common ones except for the engineering ones, so that was not really happening. Create a video titled My UI and add-on setup. I didn't actually do that. I focused on other things. And then I put here, start progress obtaining the new heirloom ring from the pre-patch event. And I didn't realize the pre-patch event isn't until tomorrow, so silly me. But I'd say I'll add these to the next weekly goals. So all I'll do now, I'll just delete it. I'll just delete these ones here. And then that makes this one for next week, right? But I want to talk about these Dracothus because I think at the moment they're really not profitable at all. So I might even skip these. Who knows? I'm not going to skip the Azure Weave bolts, but I'm going to have a look at these again. But yeah, we'll see. But anyway, I forgot to mention in last week's weekly recap, I actually didn't say that I was going to craft my usual Dracothus or Azure Weave bolts, but rest assured I will not forget such a key detail going forward. Okay, what else did I get up to last week? Well, I spent a lot of time with my UI. I believe I have some sort of OCD when it comes to it. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, but my belief is once it's set up, and I will not have to muck around with it anymore, which gives me time to focus on my other goals. I made a short video on concentration and my thoughts about it. On the Friday night, I tested out what an hour of crafting orders would be like and how much I could earn. and if you haven't watched it, it was just a tad over 30k, which I think is quite reasonable considering the end of the expansion. I made 2 guides on how I'll set up my leatherworkers and engineering alts in the War Within. I just have not figured out exactly the number of alts I will have. I will make a video on that before launch. I kind of want to get my plan for the War Within sorted out so I can just then execute it and obviously document it for you guys. Okay, goals for the upcoming week. What will I get up to? What will I plan? Normally I would say something like craft more Dracothus and Azure Weave bolts until the end of Dragonflight and then mention my walkthrough guide. But I've been running the numbers on the Dracothus market and it seems to be highly unprofitable to do so this week. I suspect that the botters are deliberately limiting the amount of spores on the market, hovering around 200k, which isn't many, mind you. So I will just avoid that market this week and continue with the Azure Weave bolts rank 3. I've had some awesome feedback on my 2 recent video guides on how I will set up my Profession Alt army. So I want to continue that this week. I want to make at least 2 to 3 videos, perhaps on inscription, enchanting, blacksmithing if possible. I need to take advantage of the PTR while I still can. That way I can hopefully provide more insight to the gold making scene. If I manage to finish the guides, I will then try and finish out the week by playing on the live beta servers to further test more stuff. Alright, this is the proof of gold segment. Usually every week I would log in to both of my accounts and I would put the time that I spent in the game and the total gold into a spreadsheet, and I track that over time. Alright, I'm in on my first account, or my main account, and what I do, I'll just come over to my minimap button bag and I'll open Altaholic once a week, and I use this to track all my alts. Where we go down to the bottom here, and first things first, we'll put the time in. So I played 382 days, 11 hours 37 minutes, so 382 11 37, 382 11 37. So I just put this quickly into, this is like a little simple calculator that just takes these numbers and converts it into minutes, or sorry, hours here. And then I would also note the gold. This accounts for all the gold on the channel. So it's 9,011,618. That's 9,011,618. Let's double check that one. Yeah. So I'll put in the into my first account, and now that that's done, that's basically it. I'll log off, and then I'll jump on the second account, which is basically a carbon copy of the first one. Same characters, and in the War Within I'm going to have, the same professions. Like whatever I got on one account, the second account is a clone. It's basically just a scale up version of the first account. Okay, on the second account now, and again go into Altaholic and we'll scroll down to the bottom. This one's a new account, so it's got bugger all time spent on it. So 26 days, 22 hours, 24 minutes, 22, 24, 26, 22, 24. Okay, and then the gold, what's the gold? 1,320,675, so 320,675, 1,320,675, just double check that. Yep, that's correct. And then I'll log off this account, and so the war bank's still not in effect, so I haven't put any money into that. So, and then the guild bank's still sitting at gold cap. Okay, so we put in the gold and we put the hours in, so then we're going to come across again to the left hand side, and this is basically my tracking of gold earned and my gold per hours in the game. So this spreadsheet's just basically the channel started on the 18th of June 2024, so that's the first episode. So we're up to Dragonflight episode 6, so this is the 6th week of my YouTube channel, or journey. It's more of a journey than anything, but yeah. So I click on here and I just drag it down, and it should give us the total balance, add it up, and then the gold earned. So what do we get? Oh, we get a bit low, so it's getting lower and lower. So I only made 268,000 in the last week, which is understandable. I didn't do much. And we drag this one down, it'll give me how many hours. Wow, 26 hours I spent last week in the game. most of that was on the UI, updating my UI. So that's cool. So what's the average? That's average of 10k. So even though I just did most of the time was UI, I still made 10k an hour. So that's pretty cool. So we ticked that one off. But the most important one is the top one here. I'll zoom in on the top here, and that's the gold earned. So far it's 3.3 million. And I've spent 68 hours in the game since the start of my channel, and then this number divided by that number gives me an average of 49,000 gold per hour. So pretty good. I like to think this is the power of an alt army. You know, like you can still make decent gold per hour for time spent in the game. Even just in the last 6 weeks, I've only played 60. I played on average 11 hours a week. So, and I've still made on average about 500k, 450k a week. So, anyway, that's the proof of gold, and I've got to do this every week because otherwise I'm not going to have any data. And a lot of people I notice don't track any of this stuff, and you got to get into the habit of tracking this over time, and this includes your real life money as well. So, but more on that in a future date. Alright, so you know how much gold I've got for the war within now. So I'm going to have a steady, I'm at least going to have 20 million there. I'm not sure exactly how much I'm going to spend, but at least I've got something there to spend. So it's definitely going to be helpful if I can utilize that gold in the war within to make more gold. Then I'm going to try my best to try and achieve that. But in conclusion, I hope this video was insightful towards how I approach gold making. Please leave me any feedback in the comments below, and join me on next week's video for another update towards my goal of obtaining 100 million gold. This channel is basically a documented effort by myself to showcase that over time you really can achieve anything you put your mind to. Remember, slow and steady always wins the race. Alrighty, that's all I got for this week's weekly recap. Just want to say thanks to anyone who got some sort of value or insight from what I'm personally up to within the game. If you are interested in following my journey towards 100 million gold, there will be more content coming soon. So follow me on X if you have not done so already at Goldson_TV. Remember, it's all about the journey, so hope to see you back on next week's weekly recap. Happy stacking, and until next we meet, take it easy out there.